She called herself the Tech Queen, a glamorous, ambitious software developer from Nigeria, inspiring thousands. But behind the carefully curated facade was an elaborate cybercrime operation. This is the story of Sapphire Egemasi, how she built her image, orchestrated major scams, and how she was ultimately arrested by the FBI. Sapphire Egemasi, in her late 20s, presented herself as a rising star in the tech industry. She often posted photos from Greece, France, and Portugal, flaunted designer fashion, and claimed internships at multinational firms like British Petroleum, H&M, and Zara. But prosecutors say there is no proof she ever worked at these companies. Her online persona was one of confidence, success, and global sophistication. Behind the scenes, however, authorities say she was deeply involved in a sophisticated cybercrime ring. Between September 2021 and February 2023, prosecutors alleged that Egemasi worked as the syndicate's technical specialist in a large-scale business email compromise scheme. She allegedly built fake government websites, impersonated city agencies, and tricked employees into entering login credentials and approving fraudulent wire transfers. The scale was enormous. Nearly $1 million was stolen from Kentucky government funds and routed to a PNC bank account. Another $330,000 was funneled into a Bank of America account. These were not isolated incidents, but part of a wider fraud operation coordinated across multiple countries. The network was reportedly led by Ghanaian national Samuel Kwadwo, with Sapphire managing technical execution from both the United Kingdom and Nigeria. Together, they targeted U.S. government agencies and institutions, relying on deception, technology, and a chain of money mules to move illicit funds. In April 2025, Sapphire Egemasi was arrested by the FBI in the Bronx, New York, following a federal grand jury indictment filed a year earlier. She was transferred to Lexington, Kentucky, where she remains in custody awaiting trial. The charges against her are severe: wire fraud, aggravated identity theft, and conspiracy to commit money laundering. If convicted, she faces up to 20 years in prison, heavy fines, asset forfeiture, and the possibility of deportation. What makes her story stand out is a glaring contrast between her public image and the allegations against her. On social media, she was a glamorous tech queen, a role model for young women in technology. But in court documents, she is portrayed as the digital architect of a fraud ring that stole over $1.3 million from U.S. taxpayers. Her case highlights several important lessons. First, even strong systems can be compromised if people are not vigilant. Second, every request involving money transfers should be verified directly, using secure channels and multiple layers of authentication. Third, influence and charisma can act as camouflage, making it easier for criminals to gain trust and avoid suspicion. And finally, cybercrime is borderless. It requires international cooperation to detect, investigate, and prosecute. Sapphire Egemasi's fall is more than a criminal case. It is a cautionary tale about the dangers of living behind a facade and how image can be used as a weapon of deception. In the digital age, credibility must be earned, and transparency is the only safeguard. As her trial continues, one thing is clear: cybercrime thrives on illusion, but awareness, vigilance, and integrity remain our strongest defense.